The moment Senator Victor Umeh had to speak for igbos as they were in the house, they want to rebuild the northern railways that were destroyed by the Boko Haram. While they left the eastern railway that has been there since 19 they don't want to do it. Victor Umeh he stood up he had to move a motion. He had to move a motion for Eastern Railway or rail line to be included in what the president had to look at. And let's watch the video first. When we come back, let me see what I want to see.
Senator Umeh.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Senator Victor Umeh, OFR. I represent Anambra Central Senatorial District. Mr. President, just before I put the additional prayer, I wish to draw the attention of the Senate that this motion being very important and good, I want to draw the attention of the Senate to the Eastern Rail Line, the only rail line in the old Eastern region up to today. Mr. President, you recall that in the 8th Senate, I moved a motion for the inclusion of the Eastern Rail Line in the Nigerian Railway Modernization Project. The Senate passed it with other additions to it from members. But up to today, because the caption of this motion is to rescue the Nigerian Railway Project from collapse, the Eastern Rail Line has indeed collapsed. We're not talking about the modernized railway lines, Abuja, Kaduna, Lagos.
Distinguished Senator Umeh, if you heard what my statement before I went into the prayers, I said the motion as it is good, but it's not yet comprehensive when it comes to the railway structure in Nigeria. So it doesn't stop you from coming back to this hallowed chamber to ask us to discuss the Eastern Railway. I believe that the entirety of the rail system in the country must be further discussed by this Senate. So we can't do it with the motion as it is now. That is why I said I like the fact that the first prayer is that we should send the content of this motion to the Committee on Land Transport, and then we have accepted that. It doesn't stop you from coming back with something more holistic and something specific in respect of the Eastern Railway Line. But if you have a further amendment to this, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me use the opportunity of this motion and the prayers to make an additional prayer. And that additional prayer is to urge the federal government of Nigeria to include the Eastern Rail Line in the Nigerian Railway Modernization Project. The way it is. Let's just put it back as a prayer. Thank you very much.
Any seconder? Yes, Senator, dismissed Senator Darlington.
Thank you, Mr. President and dear colleagues. My name remains Darlington Nwokocha. I speak for the entire Nigeria, but Abia Central in particular. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my brother, Senator Umeh, that the Eastern Railway Network should be included in the present motion.
Third prayer, as an additional prayer, moved and seconded. Those in support that the Eastern Railway Line should be included as part of what the federal government should look into immediately, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
That's a good one from Senator Victor Umeh. That's a very good one. At least when they use our eyes, they see say una they work. So as we elect una say una they do positive thing in that house. And from what Senator Victor Umeh was saying, that motion had been moved since 8th Senate. This is 10th Senate. So since that 8th Senate till now, nothing was done about it. Okay. He had to remind them again, and Senator Darlington had to second. And there were so many ayes and almost no nays, and it was adopted. So what I'm trying to say is that this is what we are talking about. If you are in the house, if you have been elected to represent your constituency, your region or whatever, you do it. Not going to the house and being a rubber stamp sitting down without we seeing any impact. Now we have seen Senator Victor Umeh trying to make this thing work. So any day we are going to see rail line in the east, we know that Senator Victor Umeh was amongst the persons that did it. So if you say he's coming out for another position, people can easily vote for him because we are seeing what he's doing. So people are in the house, open your mouth and talk. At least this is the period of this political period, and it is, I think it's because of P2B that is even making us to even, before we don't even say it happen in the house. We are not even interested. Only in their house, whatever thing they are doing there, be like we know they. But now they watch. Oh, it's not interesting. All thanks to P2B. Now make this political thing come they enter people here. So if you their house, represent your people well. No, now wetin we dey talk instead of eating money where there is agara must go.